Welcome to another episode of You Make It Happen. We have Anna back on today for part 3. Yes, this is a multi-part series on BPD, so strap in and stay tuned.
The biggest things I had to work on myself is I am such an independent person when it comes to my own emotions that I have a hard time reaching out and being like, hey, can we talk about this? Or like, I want your advice, or can I get your perspective on this? It is so important for someone with BPD to have friends or people they trust in their life to get perspective, because that perspective is going to counteract your black and white, your extreme views on things.
I see. So reach out with somebody that you trust their opinion of and say, am I perceiving this correctly? Or do you think I'm being unreasonable about this? I do that too. I don't have BPD, but I do that as well with my friends when I'm doubting myself, which, it
Well,
happens a lot when you're
trauma
dating.
responses can, yeah, and trauma responses can make that happen. Those
Exactly.
make those extreme feelings.
And there's just, we're human beings. Everybody's going to have self-doubt. And, I don't necessarily pull people because I think that's indicative of a deeper level of self-distrust. But I may reach out to like a trusted, close friend, be like, hey, am I being unreasonable about this? And I have a couple friends that will tell me, bitch, you fucked that up. I'm like, all right, it's harsh, but I need to hear it. And thank you. And that's exactly what I need. Like, I need someone to tell me, hey, you're being unreasonable about this. Like, hey, he just did what you asked him to do. Why are you mad at him? And I'm like, oh, huh. Yeah, good point. Thank you.
Yep. I mean, even in my life, I struggle with the intentionality that I'm trying to have with someone I deeply care about. And, my own nervous system is like, is this right? Maybe I do need affirmations more than I think I do.
Do affirmations help with your nervous system?
You know, thing I My nervous system is still very much alert and aware, but I think with all the work I've done, I've gotten to a point where I can be less reliant on affirmation. However, if I allow myself to get a low point, or if I feel a low point coming on, I tend to notice that, okay, wow, I actually do need more affirmation, because now I'm thinking about all the worst case scenarios, right?
Right. So when you say affirmations, does that also look like reassurance? Because that might apply to some of our anxious attachment listeners.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Reassurance is important.
Gotcha.
Reiteration is important. Or like one of the things I do is I might repeat myself once in a while on, or bring up a similar topic that was talked maybe a couple of days ago, just because I want to hear that. I want to hear a similar or same response, just to kind of reassure myself, like, hey, they're not going anywhere. They are interested, or they do care about me. Like,
Right.
I'm letting my head get the best of me, right?
Oh, I know the feeling. I literally like on the notes list on my phone, like I keep a lot of notes on my phone because it's, what I usually have handy to take notes with. And my like general to-do list is the one I frequent the most. And at the very top of that list, I have personal notes for myself just to remind me for the list I check several times a day. It says, your anxiety is lying to you. Like your thoughts lie to you. And it says, your emotions are valid. Remember to self-soothe and validate. And your
Yeah.
emotions are not truth. Like they can still be, they can be valid emotions and not be based in substantive fact. And yeah, I have a note on the top of my phone that says that. Like, check it, read it, and be like, all right, my brain lies to me. My thoughts aren't always true. Oh, I don't like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable. What do you mean I still have work to do? This sucks.
But that's the other thing. I we will always have work to do.
Yeah.
And, you know, I personally wish that mental health is something that we grow up learning as part of our education and curriculum. Like, you see people go through all these struggles in life. All of the emotional balance and everything is all reliant on the parents to teach, right?
Right.
But what about like learning about, like, I feel like as a child, we should start learning about this. Like, let's do
Absolutely.
an emotional regulation. once a
Absolutely.
year or touch base with it once a year.
Like those so I follow various mental health pages on social media, and there's one that keeps popping up again, and it's like what we were taught to value in school, and it was like salary and job title slash status. What we should have been taught, and I'm going off memory here because I don't remember exactly what it said, and should have been taught emotion regulation, like how to balance your checkbook and deal with, finances and good health and well-being, free time, career is it's a chunk, but it's not the whole thing, right? It's a smaller chunk. And
Mhm.
liking what you do for a living, making a difference in society, healthier relationships, like this type of stuff that we should have been taught in school, maybe, and weren't like ever. And most of our parents now maybe are doing a better job, I hope, because mental health is becoming a prevalent
More relevant. Yeah.
topic. Yeah, and it is talked about in society, and it's no longer a taboo. And at the same time, it's like, well, how many parents, that are old enough to be parents have the wherewithal and the knowledge and the breaking of generational trauma cycles themselves in order to teach their kids this? And like it also takes time. Like you have a full-time job, you're supporting your household, you're whatever. I mean, obviously, we prioritize the things we want to prioritize, and being a parent, an active parent, you're going to take that time, right, to teach your kid about, you know, emotional well-being and regulation and things like that. But it's like we're not taught any of these things in school, but we're taught, long-term out or long division, which I've never used since grade school. And then we're also taught statistics and other just I'm sorry, but some useless crap. Yes, some of it is super helpful, and there's other times that I'm like, "Oh, wow, I really wish I would've had a physics lesson for how to get this thing from point A to point B. This awkward shaped item that I can't, figure out." But for the most part, I don't know. I feel like there's areas of education that could be cut. Obviously, nothing's perfect. Look at democracy. Nothing is perfect. It's everybody's doing the best with what they can. Teachers are no exception. Like they would probably like to teach more emotion regulation, especially if they're aware of it. Like to teach more emotional health and well-being and things that they know will be more useful to the kids that they're teaching, but they're also constrained by their curriculum or whatever their school says they have to teach, or they're not allowed to teach the subject or whatever. So it's
Yeah.
it's just frustrating because we're not really taught this stuff as children, and we really should be. Like everybody should be. Should in one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up first.
Yep. Exactly.
It's a terrible
Yeah.
analogy, but you get the idea.
No, but it's a real analogy. I learned that if you're shitting on someone, you're shitting on someone.
Right? Yeah, or no, I think the phrase is like wish in one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up first. So I guess that's really more apt. Like we're wishing that this were the case, like children are taught this and we don't have to, you know, go through lots of therapy and unlearn how to be unkind humans as adults. And we're just people that need help with their mental health. Like so many people, and I know I'm getting a little bit off topic here, but my ADD meds have worn off for the day, so that's just what's going to happen. So many people struggle with their mental health, BPD, diagnosed, undiagnosed, whatever personality disorder or not. So many people struggle with their mental health and they have no idea like how to get help, or they ask for help and they're told no, or they're ignored, or they're not taken seriously, or people just don't know how to help them. Yeah, they want to help them, but they have no idea how. Like I don't know how
Mhm.
to help you. And like people go to the ER for help or urgent care or their spouse or whomever and then still don't get the help that they need. And it's that in and of itself is frustrating. Like you shouldn't have to, go cherry pick the right people when you're saying, I'm struggling, I need help. Like, if you say that to anybody that knows you, or just anybody in general, like anybody in an ER or anybody in a helping profession, hopefully that person will give you some resources if they don't know how to help you directly. But I know there's a lot of people that feel even when they ask for help, they aren't getting it. And there's just a lot that don't even ask, because
Yeah.
it's too hard to ask. Like, I know
It is hard to ask.
it's so hard. It's the bravest thing we can do as humans, right? Dr. Brene
Yeah.
Brown has referenced this. The bravest thing that we can do as human beings is asking for help. And
Absolutely.
and most of us kind of suck at it. Like myself included. I've gotten better. I've gotten like a lot better because I've been working on it for years to reprogram old neural pathways. but it's
Right. I think the
hard.
hard thing, yeah, the hard thing about asking for it the right way is when we're struggling, we have a hard time communicating what exactly we're struggling with or like what
Exactly.
we need help with exactly.
Yes,
And
it's so hard to
nobody else
say.
is a mind reader. So it's kind of, it's vulnerable. Yeah, it makes us very vulnerable.
Right. I mean, just saying I need help. Sometimes we can't even say that. Like I've said that before and been turned down because I wasn't specific enough. Or I've said, "Hey, I'm struggling, I'm in shame," and I've been told, "Can't help you," or "Won't help you." No
Mm.
explanation. I'm like, "Wow, okay." I mean, yeah, there's a reason so many people are struggling with their mental health. It's like, even when you do reach out for help, sometimes and it's a reflection of that person and their denial or their refusal or their whatever, whatever reason they won't help you. It's a reflection of how healed they are and how much work they've done or how secure they are if they decline to help you or can't help you or won't help you or whatever, or deny that you need help in the first place. Ah, you're fine, whatever. It's a reflection of that person, but it doesn't make it any easier, right? Especially when you took that huge, vulnerable step to ask for help. That actually happened to me a couple weeks ago. I asked someone new in my life and I was like, "Hey, I'm really struggling and I need help." And I even said that specifically. And this person was like, "Well, you didn't tell me why you needed help. So I didn't answer you that day." Like a week later. And I was like, yeah, that's not okay. It's not okay. And it's a reflection of the work that person has done on themselves. And maybe, like once someone asks you for help, well, you weren't specific with, what you were feeling. I'm like, oh, all right, I'll try. I couldn't. I'm like, I can't in that moment. I'm struggling. I'm dysregulated. Like I did the best I could. I even asked for help. I asked the wrong person, as it turns out. I don't know that at the time. Anyway, it's just, yeah, it's interesting. Like, I know, kind of circling back to like what we are taught in school and what we should be taught in school. What do you wish you knew about BPD before or when you were diagnosed originally?
I think one of the things I wish I had known about was the source.
What do you mean?
Like like, the makeup, all the symptoms of BPD. Because when I first got
Mm.
diagnosed, I didn't get that breakdown.
Oh, okay.
Not until I was in the intensive therapy program.
Okay. So it wasn't until that's an outpatient program, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it wasn't until you were doing the outpatient program that you got sufficient information even about it, it sounds like.
Yep.
Why do you
Yeah.
think that is? Why did the hospital give you any more information?
Well, when you're in the psych ward, you're kind of limited to how much time you're with a psychiatrist. I mean, it's the same thing in an outpatient program. The thing with an outpatient program is everyone is working continuously and taking classes throughout the day, learning throughout the day, where you're learning information and how to regulate, right? But you're not constantly learning to regulate. The doctors are busy seeing the patients. They split it up.
Okay, I gotcha. So that makes sense.
But
So they just don't necessarily have the time or the resources necessarily to explain it in more detail to you. Is that what I'm hearing?
like, also, I didn't know that I needed to ask or like, I didn't know anything about it,
Well, of
really.
course. So, like, why would you?
I got explained at the program, like, this is the breakdown of such and, you know, and I didn't really know that I needed that information. I
I
was just
gotcha.
like, this is what you're diagnosed with. Okay, where's my what, how, where, why? And
Like, are you gonna explain this shit to me? Like anybody? Bueller?
when I was in there, I didn't like it didn't come across my mind like, oh, maybe I should have this explained to me because it's overwhelming.
It's a lot.
Especially since I was still physically healing as well.
Yeah, because you had just been through a major physical and psychological trauma, and so I mean, your body was, and your nervous system was overwhelmed. It sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So the awareness was not there.
Wow. Well, that's disappointing. But I mean, I understand why, but it's still frustrating, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. All right. For adult children, of BPD parents, what's the best way to support someone you love if their BPD or undiagnosed BPD child is treated or even not treated? Well, like, what's the best way to support them? And I know that's case by case basis, but just in general, with your experience and what you've learned and gleaned so far.
Think the biggest thing is be patient, really listen. And my biggest thing is, and I experienced this with even like my parents too at times, but the biggest thing is don't push your idealization onto your child, like what your beliefs are. Don't push your beliefs, no matter whether it's religion, mental health, or this is how life should be. Do not push that on somebody because you're just going to frustrate them. You're going to make them feel not heard.
Yeah. And that's important. You have to feel, I mean, just like in a dating relationship, you need to feel seen, heard, and understood. I mean,
Now, you can give advice, but
right.
you got to make sure that the advice you're giving is not tailored to what you think is right or wrong.
Ah, so don't be pushing your beliefs. It's okay to give as much as you can neutral kind of advice. I mean,
Yeah.
hard to do when you're the parent or the child, but still, as much as you
Neutral,
can.
neutral or fact-based advice.
Okay, fact-based. I like that. That seems wise. Are there any reading materials that you suggest, not just for parents or children or adult children with BPD, but anything related to BPD in general?
Say, and I know you and I have had this conversation before. It's hard finding mental health books that don't revolve around religion.
Yeah,
You don't need religion for it, but you can still get a lot of information out of books that mental health books, even if they do kind of talk about it. But I would actually start reading because even if I'm a child or a young adult, let's say I don't like to read, I don't want a book about this. Like, you know, you're more likely to watch a video, or let's say nowadays, you're more likely to go on TikTok and watch a clip about it. Like, hey, if you're
ah,
feeling this,
yes,
here's a
the
good way to handle it.
TikTok University.
Unfortunate, but it's
I
true. That
it
is
is, yeah.
where the views are, that or Instagram reels or Facebook posts,
Right, the
honestly,
short reels and whatnot.
I don't, so I don't shame at all. I don't shame at all anybody who actually is on TikTok or Facebook or wants to, maybe not WebMD, but
Right.
you're on social media and you're looking through like, hey, this is, or you type in like with the new AI system, right? This is what I'm going through. Like, what's some advice? And you can find videos based on that. And you're more likely to sit there and watch an entertaining 10-second, 30-second clip and you retain that information than reading about it.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. I would caution people when you do look up education about BPD or any subject for that matter on
Yeah.
TikTok University or social media or
You
even
want to
internet
fact check
searches.
it for sure.
Yeah, fact check. Yeah,
But
because there's a lot of misinformation on there.
yeah, I think the best way to get good information after that is people who source where they're getting their information from.
Right. Yes.
Like we were talking about Renee Brown. She's a doctor. She is
Yeah.
a licensed, she's a licensed professional.
Yep.
She does many research papers and
Oh yeah,
has
30
many
years of
books.
grounded
So
theory research. Like she's got empirical data to back up her claims.
exactly. And a lot of people who do social media, things like that, they are getting their from somewhere, but you want to make sure like it's credited
Exactly.
or at least know that it's factual. And not all people who are factual will credit with the source because you know, they're summarizing what they know.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think it's just a good reminder in general. Like I think this is something that sometimes frustrates some of my, friends, colleagues, acquaintances, whomever, because, some people will spout off something. I'll be like, uh-huh, where'd you hear that? I'm like, oh, I saw it on Facebook. Saw it was in social media, or my friend told me. Really? Where'd they get their data? Like, where's that from? And
Yeah.
like I know that it's the training in me, my doctoral training that kicks in, and I'm like, but is that supported by empirical data? Like, what research do you have to prove what you're saying? Sorry,
Oh,
that's my I've been watching Rick and Morty a lot, so that's my summer impression.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, is this person that you're here? Like, for example, I'm a licensed medical professional, right? Do I specialize in, and it's not that my degree is in psychology or anything like that, but I'm still
Right.
like a professional. So I am getting like providing information that I have personally learned through whether it be schooling, education, or just personal experience, right? Which
Exactly.
personal comes from like Brene Brown, Dr. Linehan, and so definitely you can tell like, okay, are you getting this information from a licensed medical professional?
Right. What's the source of your data? Like, I think one of my friends the other day, and it was just, I mean, I wouldn't say it took my breath away, but it really surprised me that she spouted this and I don't know, reiterated? No, I mean, regenerated it as fact when she was saying, oh, I heard the polar ice caps are no longer melting. Where did you hear that? Like, that's
I I will say the biggest thing that I've noticed is with our generation and social media and situations like that, people are becoming more naive.
yes, people just take, oh, that's gospel. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, Katy Perry said it, so it must be true.
Yep.
No,
Not quite how that works.
yeah, not quite how that works. So much training and education as it concerns BPD, borderline personality disorder, and undiagnosed BPD. As usual, please work your shit out, not on other people. And we'll see you next episode. Thank you.